Alrighty, we're on to notes 4 of Unit 1, talking finally about solving equations. So, sometimes our equations have missing information. When this happens, we need to solve to figure out whatever that blank piece of information should be. We need to solve. Solving only comes up with equations, and it's specifically when we have something missing. Now, this missing information can be anywhere in the equation, and on either side of the equal sign. So when you've had 2 plus 2 equals blank in the past, what you're really doing is filling in this blank to have a true equation. I'll show you what I mean. We know that 2 plus 2 equals 4, so the thing we need to fill in on the right side is 4. This makes sure that the equation is true, because we want to make sure our equations always turn out to be true. Same thing here. We could put in whatever we wanted here, so if we plugged in 10, this would be false. We only want a true equation. So, instead, we're going to go ahead and put in 5, because 3 plus 5 gives us 8. This makes our equation true. Truth is what we're looking for. That's what matters. Sometimes it takes a little bit of thinking. What minus 10 gives us 20? Well, that'll be 30. We plug in 30. That makes our equation true. See, filling in the blanks gives us a true equation. This last one, we have 2 blanks. Because of that, we can put in really whatever we want. For example, I can put in 1 and 6. This is definitely true. But we could also put in 2 plus 5 gives us 7. This is also true. When we have multiple blanks, that means there's infinitely many possibilities for what the right answers could be, because all we're looking for is truth. And that's what I'm saying here. Ultimately, our goal is to figure out whatever makes the equation true. Truth is what matters. Right now, it's pretty easy to just figure that out by looking at it, though eventually we will learn to solve the right way too. Okay, pause. Because right now we're going to be talking about variables. You're going to be seeing a lot of variables this year, but all I need you to know is that variables work the same way as blanks. And this is because variables can vary. That's where the name comes from. They can change. They're up for interpretation. So variables represent missing or unknown information. And usually, figuring out a variable is the number one goal of solving an equation. You have to figure out whatever makes it true. Now, we can use a lot of things for variables. X is the most common, but in reality, we can use any letter or symbol as a variable. So, instead of X, we could also do A, B, C. We could do a little smiley face. That's a good variable. We can also do a square, a triangle, or even like a little house like I'll draw right here. All of these work as variables as long as we put them in an equation. And that's really the gist of it. The most important thing to know is this. Expressions are simplified. Remember, that's one side of the equation. Equations are solved, and we do that to find missing information. Our goal is to make expressions simpler to look at, and to solve equations to find missing information. Here's what I mean. On this one, we have to figure out whatever x is to make this equal 12. Okay? I know 9 goes there, so x has to be equal to 9. This makes the equation true. Same thing here. X minus 5 gives us 20. What does x have to be? Well, that's 25. Over here, my x is on the right side of the equation. That still works, but now I have to figure it out. I'm going to do that by simplifying. 8 minus 12 gives us negative 4, so that's what x has to be. And lastly, I have to go through a couple of steps to simplify. And I end up with 1 inside the parentheses times 3. That's going to mean x equals 3, which makes the equation true. That's really all there is to it. We have to figure out what the missing value is. Sometimes we have to simplify, sometimes we can just see it. Eventually we're going to learn more tricks, but we'll see that later on. For now, I'd like you to flip to the back and go ahead and do the checking understanding on your own. If you have any questions, ask me, and when you're done, let me check it off, and then you can move on to the formative. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.